for this online meeting. And please, I would want each and every one of us to share this link to our friends, our colleagues, so they could also join the call, because the topic for today is a very important one and is very, very crucial in the lives of students, and also even if you're a professional. So it would be very, very good if we also give people the opportunity to come learn. So please, I would want each and every one of us to share the link to our friends, basically. So thank you so much. While we wait for other participants to join in, we'll be starting exactly 3205. So before that, I would love to hear from maybe two persons to just share with me how your day is going, how's your weekend.
Anna, we can't hear you anymore. Anna,
Hello.
yes. I hope maybe it's the
Uh,
next one, right?
Maybe it was network.
Okay.
Yes. Is it showing here? I think it's network. Let me just change my position. So I don't know if you can hear me clearly now.
Yes.
Okay. So I don't know if you could like remind me where I stopped,
So
like where the network.
you're asking if we can, maybe two people can just share
Okay.
how their day is going the weekend.
Okay,
Okay.
no problem.
Maybe
Thank you so much.
maybe
So
I can jump in
I
there.
don't,
I just started
okay.
my weekend. I'm on the other side of you guys, so I'm just starting my weekend. It's quite early in the morning, but I'm trying to be awake, so I can bring that vibe into my presentation and get everyone, engaged. So and I'm excited to be here. So that's me. Maybe someone else then.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, sir. I don't know. My mind is saying I should call up on someone because I would love to call on Nofisat Magic. So please, Nofisat, you can unmute your mic and just tell us how your day is going, how your weekend is going. So Nofisat, you have the floor. I don't know if you're here with us. Um, Seems Nofisat, I don't think Nofisat is currently here. So I would give the floor to Oluwakemi Adesola. So Oluwakemi, you have the floor. Just kindly share with us how your day is going, how your weekend is going. Thank you.
Hello everyone, good afternoon. Sorry, my background is a bit noisy. My weekend is going on well. Haven't been much eventful. Doing basic house chores and all of that, but it's been good so far. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Oluwakemi. So this is exactly 5 minutes past 2, and we'll be starting now. So I want to welcome each and every one of us to today's session, which is organized by Mr. Beast Educational Foundation in conjunction with Barkit Solution. And the theme for today's meeting is empowerment through growth, building skills, confidence, and purpose. And the main topic why we are all gathered today is on building a strong personal brand on LinkedIn through SWOT analysis. And we are very much opportunity to have our distinguished speaker, Mr. Abdubaki Badru, who would be sharing us his highlights on this topic. So moving on, sorry. I'm sorry, please. I'm trying to like move this slide, but like the next thing is the agenda. Sorry, please, just 1 minute. Okay, so let me just stop sharing and share again because the slide is not moving.
Are you
So
using
just
your
like give me,
are you using your phone or your okay.
no, I'm using my system.
Okay, Mr. is sharing now. Can you see our screen? Maybe you can continue with
I can see it now. Thank you so much, Ma'am Mistura. So the agenda for today's event is we have the safety talk, then just a little brief review about Misty Base Educational Foundation, then the main presentation, questions and answers, and upcoming events. So I'll be taking the safety rules. So please, we know this is an online event, so be very much aware of your environment. Ensure you are in a quiet and a distraction-free space. So I would advise if you are using your like your earpiece, your earpod, or any earphones to join this meeting, please ensure to keep the volume at a safe level. And whenever you're not speaking, you should like mute your mic and reduce background, which helps to reduce background noise. And please, you're only required to share your video only if you are asked to do so. So please, if you are driving, please do not join Discord so it will be safe for you. So you can like just look for a place to park, then you can join the meeting. And moving on, I would just be giving this short history about Miss Tibi's Educational Foundation, which is the main pioneer for this event. So Miss Tibi's Educational Foundation is a registered non-governmental organization with Nigeria Corporate Affairs Commission, and it was established based on 3 out of the 17 United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, which is Goal 1, Goal 4, and Goal 17. Goal 1 stating no poverty, Goal 4 stating good and quality education, Day 17 stating partnership to achieve the goals. So over the years, these are just few achievements that Miss Davis Educational Foundation have been able to acquire. So we've rewarded over 70 students from 4 government-owned secondary schools within 5 years based on their academic excellence. We've also been opportune to empower over 100 women with vocational skills as a source of livelihood. We've trained teachers from 5 government-owned schools, and currently we've commenced the second batch of mentorship program. We've supported students and young professionals with employment and scholarship opportunities. And we've also partnered with organizations like SPE, Elita Consorts, Lagos State Youth Ambassadors, Brian Fashion, Selfless Savings Foundation, and we have a lot more of achievements to come. Moving on, I would just be giving a short profile of our speaker today. So this is personal development session, and we are so opportune. We are so very much grateful to have Mr. Abdubaki Badru as our speaker for today's topic. Mr. Abdubaki Badru is an accomplished business analyst and project management professional with over a decade of leadership experience across higher education, consulting, and manufacturing. He's also the founder of Bakit Solutions, which is a tech-forward company focused on empowering SMEs through process improvements, automation, and digital transformation. With academic achievements spanning Nigeria, South Africa, and Canada, including a graduate certificate in project management with distinction, a master's in information system and technology, and an MBA. Abdubaki combines deep technical knowledge with strategic insights. He holds certification in business data and analytics, IT service management, and Scrum Mastery. And he is also an active member of Project Management Institute and IIBA. He is a sought-after speaker and innovator. He has delivered talks at international conferences, and he was a pioneer in the use of AI in higher education in South Africa. Outside of work, Abdulbaki enjoys play soccer, swimming, badminton, and volleyball. So please, my audience, with a virtual round of applause, please. Let's welcome Mr. Abdulbaki Baju as he takes on today's topic. Mr. Abdulbaki, you have the floor, sir.
Thank you, Anna. I'm just while you're reading my profile, I was thinking, oh, is this me? Well, thanks. My humble self, I am happy to be here, and thank you for inviting me to, share the little that I know, with your audience. I'm going to share my screen now. Anna, please let me know if you can see my screen.
Yes, sir. We can see your screen, sir.
Okay, thank you. So I will just I'm sure you all can see me already. It's not a robot behind the scene. It's a human here. So what I want to do now is I'm going to switch off my camera just so that I can help you to manage data and then also to improve the quality of the stream on your side. So I will switch off my camera and then focus on the presentation. Let me just switch off my camera. Okay, so now let me just focus on my presentation. And so today's presentation basically it's on SWOT analysis and marketing framework. But these are two business concepts that I want to bring, into personal development. And just to give you, I've been introduced already, but I always have my introduction slide in my introduction, so I wouldn't say much here because it's already been said. But my professional quote for this session is your network is your net worth. We'll talk about that soon. So what I am usually busy doing if I am not working or studying, I am an artist, I draw at times, but it's been a while, too much of work. Then I play sports. I also, watch a lot of soccer. I'm a Chelsea fan. I don't know if you have anything against that, but that's me. And then aside that, also I love traveling. If whenever the opportunity comes up, I am there. Like, yeah. So these are the countries I've been to, and hopefully I would get to, visit other countries. Yeah, so your network is your network. Basically, it's me telling you that your cycle really matters a lot. It tells the value that you have. And when you talk about your cycle, it's those people that you have direct links with, those that you can call on, those that you can also share your value with. And for me, I do believe that it is important for you to be selfish about your network because you want to ensure that your network, whenever you need anything, you are able to get it from your network even before going outside of your network. And yeah, imagine having Otedola and let's say Aliko Dangote as part of your network. You are also one of the billionaires. That is what it means because definitely opportunities will come to you from them. They can also call on you, to come and do one or two things. So today, if you are not sure of what your network looks like, you need to start building your network. We will get there soon. So for you to build your network, you have to go through networking, and that is different platforms by collaborating with people, identifying opportunities from these network that you have. It could be through your career, it could be social media, either way, it could be physical engagements where you meet people like conferences, and workshops like that. But once you identify someone that is aligned with your goals or your area of interest, just make sure you connect with them one way or the other. On LinkedIn, you can try to connect with people that are already up there. They might not accept it, but don't worry. You can start gradually. When you build yourself today, would also follow you one day. So what I want to do now is usually I always like to know my audience a little bit at least. So I just want you to scan this QR code. If you are not able to scan the QR code, just go to your browser on your phone, type in menti.com, menti, MENTI.com, and then use this code 26118828 as the login. I will share the results now. I just want us to also know, okay, who is on the call. It is entirely anonymous, so it's not like you're going to be sharing your name. We wouldn't see who it is exactly, but at least we'd have an idea of those that we are engaging with. So I want to believe you all have the link now, or maybe I'm just going to switch to my other screen now. Okay, I can see three people. Three people have connected. I want more. At least I know we are up to like 10 on this call. At least if I have like 5, 7, I will start. Okay, I'm just going to move on now. So the next page, let's see, where are you listening from? Benin City. Okay, nice. Ogun State, interesting. I'm waiting for others. Oh, okay, Germany. So it's an international audience. That's the code at the top, in case you didn't get the code initially. So I think 2 people from Germany, because I can see Germany's strength. Okay, Ikeja, Lagos. Interesting. I'm waiting for 3 more people. I have 8 people connected already. Who else? Okay. I'm moving on to okay, there's one more. Kaduna. Okay, interesting. Yeah, it's a very diverse audience coming from different areas, Nigeria. Thanks. So the next, what is your current designation? Are you a student? Are you engineer? Okay, I can see an engineer, student. So all you need to do is to move on to the next slide and then type. Please populate. I just want to have a feel of my audience. Okay, data analysts. Interesting. I guess oh, okay. I have 10 people now connected. So 6 people. I'm moving on to the next slide. Have you used SWOT analysis tool before? Okay, at least 2 people. 4 people said no. Okay, cool. I'm sure the 4 people would have a lot more to take away today. Okay, 5 people would take a lot away today, and then maybe the other 3 would also gain 1 or 2 things from the SWOT. And then the marketing mix. Okay, interesting. At least it seems like almost everyone will get something about the marketing mix today. Okay, cool. Then do you have an Instagram account? Oh, wow. 2 people do not have. Okay, today I want you to create an Instagram account and then follow me. And then you have to start creating your own profile. And then for the 5 people that have said yes, or 6, you need to follow me if you're not following me. And then I'll follow back. Trust me. So Oh, okay. Build. I want to boost my network and all that. Okay. Okay, I'm going to end it there. Thank you. Thank you for engaging with me there. I'm going to reshare my screen so we get back to the presentation. Yes, at least now I know my audience. So I'll be moving on here now. Now I'm going to go straight into SWOT analysis first, and we end SWOT analysis. Then I'll then move on to the marketing framework. I'll move on to the marketing framework where I will tell you what the marketing framework is about. And then I will then take you into LinkedIn and show you how I align my marketing framework with what I am doing on LinkedIn. Maybe that would also help you to have a structure in mind when building your LinkedIn profile. So let's talk about SWOT. SWOT basically is a strategic planning tool, that helps you to evaluate a business or a project by identifying its internal strengths and weaknesses, as well as external opportunities and threats. So when it comes to business, we do a lot of planning because if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And for you to grow, you need to know what are those weaknesses, those area of weaknesses that you need to develop. You need to know what are the opportunities out there that you can explore, right? You need to know your strengths that you can leverage in maybe competitive advantage or whatever it is. And then you need to know your threats. What are those things that could hinder you from achieving those goals, either as a business, but now we are going to take it into a personal level. So looking at it, SWOT, strengths and weaknesses is about internal. So that is you yourself. Then external is the opportunities and the threats. So opportunities and threats are almost similar concept as strengths and weaknesses, but because you do not have control over those two constructs, that's why they are external. But the internal, these are areas that you can work on directly. So I want to believe you understand what that strength, that is, what do you have? What are your capabilities that would help you to achieve that goal that you want to achieve? You cannot do a SWOT analysis just openly, no, because it's just going to be too much for you to analyze. You need to be very specific. This is my goal. I want to jackpot tomorrow, right? If you want to jackpot, you need to understand what are your strengths that would help you to jackpot. What are the weaknesses that you have that you internally or personally could hinder you from jackpotting? Maybe because I do not like code in some countries, and then and then it then means there are specific countries you can't go to. But what are the opportunities out there also if I jackpot? What are the threats? So I'm just bringing that home. Now, adapting the SWOT analysis, right, to your personal development, um, these are the strengths, like I'd already said. You look at your biggest successes, your achievement, your position. So it could be that maybe because there are specific degrees or specific field that they want, from that country you're hoping to move to, then that is your strength because your qualification aligns with what they're looking for over there. Then the weaknesses, you need to identify what are those things, those gaps that you've not been able to fill, that you need to work on, in order to make that your strength, or for you to be able to take advantage of what it is out there that you're hoping to get. Then on a personal level also, when you look at the opportunities, what are those opportunities towards that goal? So you want to jackpot, what are their career opportunities, their scholarship, educational opportunities, Another type of opportunities, like maybe, oh, maybe I would get a better lifestyle, maybe I would get better opportunities for my family also, not just me alone, right? Then when you look at the threats, you might think about it. What are those obstacles? It could be financial status. It could be that political. It could be political because tomorrow a new government can come in that country and change the entire thing. So that is a big threat. You do not have control over it. Do not forget that opportunities and threats are external. You have no control over them, but you need to know them just so that when you have a sight of these things, you already have a plan, towards it. Now, what I'm going to do is I will give you a very quick example. I will show you how to operationalize the SWOT analysis. That is how to use it to develop your plan, right? So let's start here. Like I said, define your personal goal. You could have different goals, maybe educational goal, maybe career goal. So it then means that you have to do SWOT analysis for those various goals that you have. Now, you need to assess yourself constructively and objectively. Don't try to marinate it. Maybe no, be very blunt about it so that you can actually work on what you need to work on. You're objectively using the SWOT analysis technique and document it using the tool. So some people call SWOT as a technique. Some people call it a tool because you can use it as a tool to create something, right? And then you can use it as a technique, as an analysis, technique. So once you've done the analysis, I will show you an example now. Then you then do what? You use your the analysis you've done, you then take it forward to develop your personal development plan. There are other techniques that would help you when developing your personal development plan because it cannot be one way. There can be various ways. So you think about it, okay, should in case the government changes their rule in this country I'm trying to go, what other country can I move on to? Or what other thing can I do? Because it mustn't end there. So that is scenario planning, where you say, if this doesn't work, then this should work. So if you have all that already established, you don't even need to think about it when the problem comes or when that hindrance, when you see that there's an hindrance in you achieving your goal, you already move on to the next thing. Then risk management also, like your threats, those weaknesses, you can think about you could call them, they could be identified as risks, that would hinder you from achieving them. Then how do you mitigate those things from happening, or how do you manage those things towards you achieving your goal at the end? So let me show you the example. Here, the personal goal here is to get accepted into university to study computer science. So that is my background. I studied computer science in LASU. Now, how do we assess that using SWOT? We look at the strengths. Oh, okay, I've got good grades, in maths and IT. That's one of my strengths. Strong interest in technology. That's a good strength because that would be your motivation, and it drives you. Why? When things are getting hard, at least there's something. Then supportive family, all right? What are those weaknesses that you've identified that is internal traits to yourself? Maybe you struggle with writing and communication. Well, that's it. Maybe you have got limited knowledge of university application process. That's another weakness you've identified. Or also, maybe you get distracted easily on the internet. That could also hinder you from concentrating. Then we look at opportunities. What are the opportunities? Like school offers computer science workshops, which, allows you to build your capacity. Then scholarship opportunities are available out there also, which you need to start looking at. Then access to online coding courses. those courses also would help you to strengthen, your capability, or maybe to even help you to pass your courses, give you better understanding than what is being taught in the school. Then threats. What are the threats? Competition from other strong students. You have no control over that. Well, maybe you have to pray over that then. Then missing application deadlines. You could miss the application deadline. Then you need to do something about that because you can have a control over that. Then financial pressure. Well, it depends. You might not have power over that because maybe it's your family that is funding you or sponsoring you. Then, how do we translate this into your personal development plan? This is just a short one. You can take all the weaknesses and the traits and then see, how do I mitigate or how do I manage this weakness? Step one, get help with writing and ask a teacher to review your application essays. That is in line with what? The weakness that says struggle with writing and communication. Now you've already identified how you are going to manage that weakness. Step two, use a planner or calendar to track important application deadlines. What have you done there? You've also managed the threats of missing application deadlines. Because once you already have that also, you know that I have already taken care of that threat. Then step three, talk to your guidance counselor about scholarships and application tips. Those are the opportunities that you've identified, but you are not too sure of which one to take, because if you remember in your weakness, you said limited knowledge of university application process. So speaking with someone about it that has knowledge about it would help you to understand and know what direction to go. So you say how I have developed a personal development plan in order for me to ensure that this goal that I want to achieve, I will achieve it successfully by managing those weaknesses and threats. And then also, at the same time, I am leveraging on my strengths and taking advantage of the opportunities that exist. So that's basically how it works. And that is how we do it in the business world also. We identify the business weaknesses and threats. We ensure we put in controls, put in measures to strengthen those areas. And the opportunities, we bring in initiatives that would help us to explore those opportunities and leverage those opportunities for our own advantage. So this brings me to the end of using SWOT to develop your personal development plan. I hope I'm just gonna take a pause there to see if my explanation there is clear. Okay, I have more people on the call now. I just need you to give me a thumbs up if that's the SWOT analysis is clear to you. Just give me a thumbs up. Thumbs up. Awesome. Okay. Okay. At least I've gotten like 3 thumbs up. More thumbs up if you are very clear on SWOT analysis. Okay. Okay. Cool. Okay. So I'm happy that I have been able to get you on board with SWOT analysis. So you can use SWOT for your own personal self, or you can even use it in the business, any business, your own personal business, or you can use it as a strength when you are putting in for your application for a job or something. You say, I know how to use SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis is a strategic tool. So every organization should use it when planning their strategy. Please just give me 1 minute to get water. I'll be back now. Okay, I'm back. Now, I will be moving on to the second concept, business concept, that we will be translating into how we use um, business concepts in our personal life. Now, what I will be taking you through is called, it's a marketing framework, and it's called marketing mix. Let me just confirm that you can still see my screen. Can you see my screen? Anna?
Yes, sir, we can, sir.
Okay, cool. Thank you. So I'm sure you can see this graph that I have here. These are big brands. These are big brands. And when you talk about brand, it means there's something valuable about that brand. It could be, some people will look at it and say it's tangible. At times you say it's not tangible because it could be perception about the brand. It could be the something tangible, that is their net worth, right? It could be, oh, their revenue. Wow, they get so much income, or so much revenue is very high, right? It could be other things, aside from, it could even be their we call it competitive advantage. What is that thing that makes them unique from other brands? So you could take a brand and you sell that brand. You can sell a logo alone as a brand without even selling the assets of that organization. And they will tell you, this is the value of this Apple logo that you're seeing here. Why? Because the logo itself, there is a perception about that logo, and that is the value of that logo. It comes with that value that says, something creative. It says something. So now let us see, how do we get there? How did these brands become valuable? Let me see in the chat session. Just tell me, why do you think these brands are these valuable? Just one statement, or yeah, I don't mind even if it's just maybe from 2, 3 people. Let me see. I'm looking at the. Tell me. Okay, consistency in their quality. Okay, good. Personal branding. Okay, good. Community, marketing strategy. Okay, nice. Good products. Good. Yes, they put themselves out there. Awesome. Okay, so all these are almost synonymous to what I have here. So let me tell you what I have. Basically, what I have is intentional marketing. You see, it's close to all that you have all said. It has to be intentional. It's not by mistake that they are out there. Some people sat down somewhere, they developed a framework, or they developed a strategy to say, this is our brand. This is what we want people to know about us. This is, we call it your value proposition. This is what we want people to know about. And then what did they start doing? They start throwing different ads, throwing, just so that you know about them. They must tell you about them before you know about them. And this is where we then go into the marketing mix. When we say the corporate branding marketing mix, there are various versions of the marketing mix. You hear some people say the 4 Ps, some people say 5 Ps, some people say 7 Ps. That is, it starts with a product. You have to have a product. Then you put a price to it. You need to identify where you need to place it. You need to identify how you are going to put yourself out there where people can see you, your visibility, right? You need to know those people that needs your value, that want to connect with you. You need the physical environment, if that is in place, because usually now we have more online engagement, but people still use the physical environment because not everyone, we only assume that everyone has a phone. Not everyone has a phone. Do you know if that person that actually needs your value or needs your service doesn't have a phone? But how do you then identify them? The process, what are those activities you have to do in order to get all this together. So that is corporate branding as a business. Now, let me switch it. I'm now going to switch that to personal branding. And let's see how that is going to play out. That product is you. You are the product. Now, what do? You need to put a value to yourself. How do you put a value to yourself? By doing, capacity development, getting your degree, getting a certification. That because and if you go online, you will see you can check what is the value of maybe a business analyst, what is the value of a project manager. That is how you then align yourself. Labor markets, where do you place yourself? Promotion, online engagement. You let people to know, hey, this is me, this is what I am into. People, you build network with people online or maybe in physical spaces. I can see time is really running so fast, but I will try my best to see. But I have a long slide here actually. Physical appearance, like you have to be there physically, maybe in the conference. Say, I feel when I go to conferences, I appreciate the physical conference than the virtual ones because you can feel the people, not just being there. Then intentional marketing, that is you then putting all these that you've identified into roll it out as a plan and then implement them to get to where you want to be and be able to measure. Because if you can't measure, then you cannot manage it. Now, let me show you the conceptual framework that I developed from that. Firstly, you need to create your brand. That is, you identify who you are, position yourself, that put yourself in the right place for people to see you. It doesn't have to be LinkedIn, it doesn't have to be Facebook, but you need to know where is the right space that people that I must attract those that needs me. Promote yourself. Let the people know, hey guys, I am here. Look at me. You cannot just be there and be quiet. Nobody will see you. You must shout. Let them know that you are here and this is what you can do, right? Market yourself is the similar by saying, guys, this is the value of what I am selling. This is what you will get from getting my service or my product. Then what will that do? It will increase your presence. Once your presence increases, it definitely would increase your value again and also opportunities, because the more you do, the more you are increasing your value, the more people would say, oh no, this is the person that you should contact. More opportunities will come because people want to connect with you, people want to engage with you. People want to connect with those successful brands. Now let me show you how I have used this framework. How I have operationalized it in developing my LinkedIn. Now, don't forget there are different social media, right? And I use them differently. If you go to my research gate, is more for research. I engage with people that are academically inclined with research there. I don't go there and post my pictures that I have on LinkedIn. No, you can't see it there. If you go to my Facebook, a bit similar to my Instagram because now they're brothers and sisters. So whatever I post here, you see it, but I have different audience. Like I have more people on Facebook. So if that's just for fun. So if you want to know about me, you need to link all my social networks because you would get different information. And then you can say, oh, this guy that is so serious about publishing. Oh, he does go out, he plays sports, he does have fun. You can only see that on a different. So that is how you position. That is positioning. You don't put everything everywhere at the same time. Now, LinkedIn as a platform to improve professional brand. You already know LinkedIn have positioned themselves as not just a social media, but for professional connection, professional networking. Now, let me show you and give you some tips. Now, firstly, remember that first construct that came out from that framework was create your brand. Now, that brand you are creating here is your LinkedIn profile. This is my LinkedIn profile. Now, you need to create that profile today if you do not have one. Use a professional headshot. Don't just put a picture where it's like you're taking a selfie. No, it wouldn't look professional. Don't forget it's not Instagram. Use catchy keywords in your title. Do not lie about it. Because, oh my God, LinkedIn today, there's so much of, don't let me say it. Then complete your profile to portray your current value. If you do not complete your profile, like your education status or your educational qualifications, if you go to my LinkedIn, it's very busy. People go there and say, oh my God, how did you create all this? It didn't happen in one day, I'll tell you. Educational section, put your school, your courses, the modules completed, because you never know what that next opportunity, you don't know what they are looking at. I'll show you what I mean. Professional experience and activities, volunteering, tutoring, you must put it all there. But at times, the more as you're growing, you start taking some out a little bit. But it depends on your own perception about what you want people to know about where you're coming from. The next one of that construct, remember, is position yourself. Now you need to write, what is it about you? You need to tell your story. Use the right platform that aligns with your goal. Identify your niche. Oh, what do you want people to see you as a professional in? What section, what field, so in every field there are other areas. Okay, I want them to know that I am a master in data. So anything data analysis, the business intelligence, that's me. You need to state it there clearly. Tell your community about yourself. Be adaptive based on trends. Do not forget, things change. People want to know, are you adaptive? Are you following the trend? Are you, we call it's like you evolving. Are you evolving with what is happening? Now, promote yourself. When those things happen, when you get the right things, you're getting successful. Oh my God, don't hide it. Put it out there. Let them know. Guys, I am making it. I am getting there. And you will notice from my post, I usually look at the analytics. You will notice that those celebrations are the ones that have more of the engagement, the likes and the comments. It's good. Let them know. Celebrate others too. Don't while people are celebrating you, you also need to do the same to people. Celebrate them too. Join online communities. So if you go to LinkedIn also, there are different communities about different niche out there. Like let's say business analysts, there is a group for business analysts. There's a group for maybe marketing specialists. So you identify engineers, identify that space where it could be closed at times, because I have joined different closed groups where they need to approve you to be a member, because they do not just want it to be another LinkedIn in LinkedIn. So they want to make it very specific. Join those groups. And when you join them, you then start following, top professionals in your field. I know people are selfish with their acceptance at times, but do not feel somehow when you connect. I also do it. Like I connect with people. If you do not accept my connection after like 2 weeks, I go to my connection and I go and delete it. Like, don't worry, you don't need to follow me. One day you will come back and follow me yourself. You just have that pride at times. Then message professionals directly. I have messaged like there's a guy, he is currently the CIO of, I think, if I'm not mistaken, what bank is that? Is it First Bank? This guy has he has done, I think he has 2 PhDs, he's got like 3, 4 masters, he's done a lot of certifications. Whoa, I look up to him. I'm like, whoa, I messaged him. I said, hi, please, can you be my mentor? I was shocked this guy replied me. He said, definitely, just send me whatever you want to, whatever questions you want to know, I will answer. I'm like, wow. You see, if you do not knock, the door might never be open, or it will not even open self, because no one knows that you are waiting there. So just try. Market yourself. When you go to conferences, when you go to events, see, even if it is a small event, I go there. I don't just go there alone. I take pictures. I tell a story about that event, and I tell them what was my take away from that event. That is how people would know that, oh, this guy is really serious about this space, is meeting people, in this space. And then that's how you connect with people, and then you get opportunities. Post your face-to-face engagements. Use catchy hashtags. You know the story of hashtags. That's how people um pick up on different contents, right? Share your post in online communities. Do not be selfish about it. Tag and mention other people. That is how you get more presence, because when you tag another person, it could move, they could also repost, or it could also appear on their friends' timeline. That is how people get to know more about you. Then repost other interesting posts that aligns with your niche. It doesn't only have to be your own post that must be on your own timeline or your activities. Post other interesting things so people can see that you also appreciate other people's, ideas and what they're talking about. Remember, the next construct after those four constructs was increased presence. Do not forget that I said if you cannot measure it, then you cannot what? You can't manage it. You don't know if you are improving or you are not improving. But once there's data, there's analytics behind it. Be looking at your analytics, it would be driving you. Oh my God. Oh, this week. Now you can see the increase in my posts, impressions. It means people are noticing my post more. My followers have increased. Oh, wow. Those are the things that motivate you. Those are the things that tell you that you're doing the right thing. You are improving. So make sure you look at the analytics. Increased engagement, increased followers, increased profiles, increased search appearance. I know it's not so. Some people don't let it get into your head, right? Because at times when you are not getting it, you be like, but that should also be a motivation for you to try another method. Maybe that method is not working. Maybe what you are saying is not right. Maybe the niche you are in is not the right niche for you. Then start thinking if you need to evolve. Increase value. What would happen after you've already done all those things? The opportunity, you've already established yourself, your presence is there. People know, okay, when you say data analytics, hey, I know that guy is always posting things, that guy is always saying things, that guy is always at those conferences. Let us bring him in, to come and tell us about what he knows. That is where the increased value comes in. And what then happens next is real world opportunities. Now you are moving from the virtual space. Now you are making those connections in the real world, because they will bring you in. They don't mind how much it's going to cost them. Because you are now the popular guy on LinkedIn that says this. Like, oh wow, this guy attended this. And once you've attended one, another one will come for you. Trust me. So local invitations, international invitations, collaboration opportunities will come, project opportunities will come. These are my experiences. It's not like I'm just saying it. It's not just a concept. No, I have lived it, like I have seen it. So, like what you've seen here, this was basically when I positioned myself as a ChatGPT person, when it first came out. All of a sudden, I saw myself in one article, and the next thing, SABC, that's South African Broadcasting Corporation, it's like our NCA and those our national this thing broadcast, and they called me onto one of their shows very early in the morning show. Those morning live where they're talking about it's similar to the TVC one, right? Tell us about this ChatGPT thing, like you've always been saying on Instagram. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, I can talk about it. So when those opportunities come, hey, do not be scared. Just grab it, because it is what you've been working for. Now, let me show you. I'm just going to show you how I have translated all these. I have connected them, from that framework for you to see how things happen in reality. So me positioning myself as a ChatGPT consultant, I, put yourself out there. I engaged. I was the first person to have a panel discussion about ChatGPT in our institution, and our university is like one of the biggest universities in South Africa. So what does that mean? It means other institutions are looking at you like, oh my God, they've already started talking about it here. Let us also try to do something. And I had, professors messaging me, wow, that was great and all that. it just gives you that impression that, yeah, I did something, the fulfillment. Then increased presence as a ChatGPT consultant. I all of a sudden, when the ChatGPT engagement started on LinkedIn, I was also one of those that kind of like commented. And what did I say there? I was like, no, they are going to. Then I just thought or predicted that Google was going to buy, OpenAI, but it happened that it was Microsoft that bought it later. And then, you just say things, engage. Before this was how I got the message from the SABC guy. All of a sudden, I don't know where he got my number from. People would always connect and ask, you know. Then he said tomorrow morning. I'm like, dude, I wasn't even prepared. He said, no, don't worry. We'll just chat about it. You've always been talking about it. You see what I'm saying? Because now they can see, except, and do not lie. Because when you start lying, then they will think you're already a professional in that area. When they call you, then you bluff. But make sure you do the right thing. And then I was there. I after that, I got series of other requests. Hey, come to our university. So this second one is another university in KwaZulu-Natal in South Africa. They called me in also. Please come and do presentation to our academics. They need to know what this ChatGPT is about. So you see how this has really moved from virtual to the actual success in the real world, and also opens that gate from being be that your presence increasing to the value and opportunities that will come in once. This is another one. This I wasn't even so I had my certification. I did different presentations, went to different conferences on business data analytics. So that is me positioning myself. You can have different needs. You don't have to be one. It doesn't have to be one. Then all of a sudden, I do not even know this lady from anywhere. Boom, she just messaged me. Hi, I am doing this conference on. She said, now I am going to give you a VIP guest registration. And the cost of that conference was a lot. If I'm going to convert it to Naira, how much is it going to be? I think it was over close to was it, if I'm not mistaken, maybe 100,000, something around that cost. And she said, don't worry, we give you VIP. I'm like, are you serious? Of course, this is an opportunity. It's what I've been working for. I just took it. I didn't pay a dime. I went to the conference, I met new people, and this is it again. And then I came back and I posted it to say, wow, this conference was great. And look at her again. She's jumped in there again. I am delighted. You see how you build a network. Next time, if something like this comes up again, she would remember me and be like, oh, that guy. And when I got there, I made sure I met her. I engaged with her, like, oh, thanks for the invitation and all that. So that's how this thing works. Yeah. So that is my story. That is what I can tell you about, you branding yourself nicely and making sure that you position yourself right. Well, let me leave you with this. Small disciplines repeated, with consistency every day leads to great achievements, gained slowly over time. This is the next one. Rome wasn't built in a day, you get, but they were layers, bricks every hour. Do not forget that. Do not get overwhelmed by other people's profile or other people's achievements. If you go to my own LinkedIn, you can be like, I don't think I can do this type of work. But it didn't happen. At times I would go to conferences, I'll be like, no, I can't post yet. Okay, let me give myself one day. I would sit down, I'll write it, draft it. After drafting, I might leave it again 1 week. You people don't see that. All you see is boom, I just posted. Oh, wow, he has gone to another. Maybe it was last week or upper week. I only had time to post it now. But the important thing is that just do it gradually, gradually, gradually. You will get there. The secret of success is consistency of purpose. Do not forget that you must always have that purpose, that goal. Why are you doing this? Always remember the why, so that would always, motivate you and keep you going. That is it from me. Thank you, everyone, for listening. So we can move on to Q&A. I hope I can answer your questions. But I think I tried with time. This is just 8:01. Anna, over to you. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Abdubaki. It has been a wonderful session so far, learning about how we can optimize LinkedIn for personal branding, because it's like very, very important for us to put ourselves out there since we're in the digital era already. And I just want to say thank you so much, sir, for your insights so far. So moving on to the Q&A session. So while you were speaking, somebody dropped a question. So please, if you have a question, you can signify. If you would like to speak to ask a question,
I
you
think I
can
would like
just
to
use
engage
the,
more.
okay. All right. So you can just use the raise hand icon to
Stop
just
sharing.
indicate. But I think there's one question on the chat box, so I'll just read that one out while we wait for others to signify. So the question here is, how do we go about reaching out to professionals on the feed? And the question is from Ramot. So
Okay.
you have the floor, sir.
Okay, thank you. So firstly, thanks, Ramot, for that question. Firstly, you need to identify, what is that your field or what's that your niche? You just need to search. I just go to LinkedIn, um, now, and then I'll just search for a specific keyword. And then you see, that is how your LinkedIn also picks up on different things that you say. So because I have been posting things on data analytics, or maybe I've been posting things on ChatGPT, if someone searches for ChatGPT, they could just pick up my name or pick because of the content that I have been posting. So can you see how your content would help people to find you? So once you find that person, go through their profile. You see, the truth is, I also go through other people's profile. I also have a goal. Oh, I want to become maybe a CIO of a big organization. Maybe that's not it, but I'm just saying. What I do is I go online, I search for CIOs in different organizations. What do? I go to their profile. I then use that as my plan. I look at the similarities in their qualification. Oh, they've got MBA. Oh my God, why am I doing a PhD? Nonsense. Let me go back. I can't see no PhD here. I think MBA is better. I switched. I did the MBA. I'm like, okay, what else do they have here again? Oh, all of them, they've got project management. Wow. That is how you use other people's profile. And then when you connect with them, some people they will not accept your connection. Trust me. I have a lot of them like that. So they're still sitting in my request. But um identify, just keep connecting. So one or two people would accept. Once they accept, just chat them up and say thank you so much for accepting my connection. Don't end it there. I am really inspired by your profile. I am also working towards this. I don't know if you wouldn't mind if I can ask you questions, or maybe you can guide me. People are open to it. I promise you. It is what I have seen, is what I also do to other people that connect with me. So I don't know if that answers your question. Just search for it for them. You will find it.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. So two participants are raising their hands. So I'll just go on to call the first participant, which is Jerry McCarthy. So Mr. Jerry, you have the floor.
Good day to everybody. My name is Jerry McCarthy. Mr. Baki, thank you very much for your insight. I actually had to quickly rush into this meeting so that I could gain a lot from you. Thank you again. I would like to ask, how important is it for me to put up my profile myself, or can I hire somebody to put up the profile for me? This is why I'm asking this. A few of us are very busy with daily runarounds. As you said, putting ourselves out there, marketing ourselves to other individuals that don't necessarily have to be online. Now, if we outsource the online presence to somebody, doesn't that also work? What is the difference? How important is it? Because I'm of the opinion that you cannot be everything, but you can pick a niche and be perfect in that thing you do. For example, I'm in the real estate section, and a lot of my clients who want to see me physically to invest, But I also want an online presence, do I also have to do the online while I'm doing the offline? What is the importance of being the person that would handle your profile yourself? Thank you very
Yes.
much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jerry. Hey, Mr. Jerry McCarthy, I'm going to calm down a little bit. And just so you know, Jerry is the last person I was even expecting in this session. Jerry, we went to LASU together. We were in the students union together. So that's why I said I wasn't expecting Jerry to be, but I really appreciate that. And your question, very, very good question, I must tell you. Do not forget that as you grow, it cannot be a personal brand anymore. It's becoming a corporation, it's becoming a business, which then means for you to manage your business, you need to have the right people to work with you. There's that quote that says, if you want to go far, you take people along. But if you want to go fast, you go alone, right? But you might not go far because now, in case, God forbid, something happens to you, to that person that started that brand, it means that brand is dead already. But if you have people that understand you, you need to get people that also have that interest. There must be interest. Do not forget, it's not about the money anymore. So I agree that you might not even outsource it. You can make them your partner. And when I mean partner, not like sharing them, but let them feel close to that brand, because now they will take it personal, ensuring that they post. But you, as the owner of that brand now, that is when you need to bring in that aspect. When I say the measurements, bring in analytics, because you need to be able to measure, to say, oh, this person, guy, what you are doing is right. Can you see the improvements in all your posts? Can you see the improvements in your engagement? That is how you can measure and be sure that this person is doing the right thing. Because you see, at times, if something is not personal to that person, they will just take it as another routine, and they would not really be bothered about if it is improving or not. I don't know if so. Yes, outsource it, but just not to anybody. It has to be someone that is close to the brand also, but you can make them to be close to it. I hope that answers your question, Mr. Jerry McCarthy.
Yeah, thank you very much, Comrade Baki. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm grateful. Thank you.
Thanks.
It did. It did. Nice to hear from you again.
Sure, same here. So,
Okay, thank you so much, sir. So the next participant is Muhammad Abdusalam. So, Mr. Muhammad, you have the floor to ask your question.
All right. Good day, everyone. Again, it's an interesting section, but I would like to ask the speaker on an advice for someone that wants to diversify. What do I mean? Not like I'm just in one place. I'm the all-rounder guy. How can I manage that position, especially on LinkedIn? I hope you get that, sir.
I understand you perfectly. Okay, thank you, Mr. Mohammed, for that question. Do not forget that there are different features on LinkedIn that allows you to establish a community, right? So you could have your own personal LinkedIn. So, like for me, if you go to my LinkedIn, you might not see that, oh, I have a business called Bucket Solution there. But if you search for Bucket Solution, you will see a page for Bucket Solution and things about Bucket Solution. So for different reasons, you might not want to align yourself directly with that product or that brand yet, maybe because you don't want some people to know or things. So you can create different pages and build that brand on those different pages. So that is where you are now making your brand. You establish your brand not directly on your own personal profile, but you can always share. But in that sense, you can then when Mr. Jerry talked about outsourcing, you can then easily outsource the management of those pages to other people to kind of like post and do whatever they need to do. do not forget that even if you outsource it to someone, you are still in charge. It's just that, and you just pray that you find the right people. Else, you would almost be doing it again yourself. Maybe now this person, the way they post it, they are not even, they do not pay attention to details to ensure that, the text is sounding professional, or they're not using the right image, or, so that's why I said, when you outsource, make sure. But with that, I hope I answered your question about you establishing different pages for different maybe products or different services that you render.
No, yeah, it is, but I don't want to look at it from the business view. I want to look at it from the point of what you do. You are
As
a
a
director,
personal
yeah,
person.
or yeah, as a personal person now. So that it does not really require you having to create like a business page, or you're not selling a product, you're not advertising, but just selling your personal self. Maybe you're in
Yeah.
the industry as this, you're doing something else as this, something
Mm.
like that.
Okay, so definitely if it's that also, you can display that in your let's say your experiences or what you're doing currently, and then you always post about them. Nobody would say, oh, no, why are you posting various, like, as long as they are not contradicting themselves, you understand? But they are different this thing. But I always, so if you go to my page, I am not one way also. I am into project management, you will see it there. If you're looking for project, I am into business analytics, you will see it there if you want to find content about it. So just freely post it, and always tag, the hashtag so if you are posting this on airline or whatever, hashtag airline, or hashtag this, hashtag that. So it's easy for the search engine also to filter, the right contents when people are looking for them. I hope that helps too.
All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much, sir. So the next person would be Tonsin Yusuf. So you have the floor to ask your question.
Yeah, thank you very much, Anna, for the opportunity. Mr. Baki Badru, thank you very much for the great session. We learned a lot. Yeah, I have a question, but before I go on with my question, just on what Mr. Mohammed asked, I'd just like to add, yeah, some few words to that. So I guess he's trying to, if you are as a personal person, you are into a lot of things. Maybe you have a business, you are also a consultant somewhere, and all of that. What Mr. Mohammed could also explore is to identify what kind of platform do my audience for the particular niche are more popular. For example, if you let's say you are a content creator and you see that okay, Instagram is better to establish this personal brand, you use Instagram for that. If you are a consultant and you feel like your audience are on LinkedIn, you can use LinkedIn. I don't know if that works, but just an idea from my own side before my question. So, Mr. Abaki, thank you very much. My question is that for personal branding, yeah. So I know there are some from my own personality. I'm kind of a person who don't like to be out there, to be honest. I know that I this could also be a lot of people could also relate with this. Maybe you are a shy person, or you just don't like to people to know you, but you want to be doing things from the behind. And now after listening to you, you see the importance of personal branding. So I want to ask, is there a way or is there a strategy or an approach to build personal branding without you putting yourself out there, like physically? Maybe people just know your name, but they don't see your face or something like that. Does this exist on how can this be done?
Interesting question. So let's say, for example, let's see from a business point of view. See, if you don't, and that's why we call it personal branding. Personal means that is you being yourself. You want people to know about you, what you do, how you do it, what's your interests, what are the values that you can bring to whoever engages with you. So that is why it is personal. So if you want it to be personal, then it has to be you. But when you are taking it away from personal, now you are making it a business. You can call a business Tosin Yusuf Corporation, Tosin Yusuf, whatever. But people would one day want to ask, what is this Tosin Yusuf? You know, when people get closer to you personally, they trust, at times it also increases the trust that they have in that brand. So if you notice before LinkedIn, all this social media became very popular, we maybe through newsletter, you know, all those one-way communication kind of like features like announcements and all that. We still engage, we still watch, or maybe we watch TV. Maybe like I'm a Chelsea fan now, I only watch about, but now when social media came in, the way we kind of like we support those brands now is different, because now it became more personal. Now Chelsea would show you how their players are, you know, training, how they're doing. I'm telling you, you would even feel it more than when you're just there like, oh, okay, oh, Chelsea. I don't know the inside about Chelsea. No, but I can tell you a little bit more now because they post everything there. They want you to know. So if you are that kind of shy person, you want to run things from behind, maybe you do it from a business point of view, right? You do it from a business point of view, you allow someone to run the show. While they are running the show, you are strategizing behind the scene. But it could result into that person running the show being the face of your business. That is what would happen. And do not forget that as a leader, you need to be present. People must know who is accountable, who is responsible for this thing that I cannot just give my money to an organization. And that's why you see when business people, the business people we have here, ask them, when there is a big gig that says, this is going to be one of our, I am telling you, the CEO will leave everything he's doing in the whole world. You would think he's the project manager. You think he will go there himself because he wants to make sure that everything is right. You understand? So you might want to stay behind the scene. It's okay. But when you make yourself and people see and feel who is behind this brand, they could trust it more. Let me put it that way.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you
Yeah.
very much for the information.
Thanks so much, sir. We have just, I think, 3 questions to go. So I'll be calling Zuleika Badru to ask a question.
Okay, thank you very much, Anna. Good day, everyone. Thanks to the organizers of the program and the presenter. I really enjoyed the presentation, though I joined very late, but I got stuck to my seat just as soon as I joined. I've gotten a different perspective of some things I didn't know about before, and has really got me thinking with the little I've heard from you. Now, my questions are going to relate to 2 of the earlier participants. That's Mr. Jerry one, and that's being able to build a LinkedIn profile, because that has always been a challenge for me, and I think I've abandoned it for years. I made an attempt once, but not in an intentional, how would I put it now? I think because people were on LinkedIn and I thought, okay, let me be on LinkedIn. Then the other participant, that's Mr. Tosin Yusuf, the fact that, yeah, I'm not a social media person, and I don't see myself putting myself out there. But really, if you need to pass your message across from what you're saying, it's like, okay, a face has to be put to it. That's going to be quite challenging to some extent for me, but I'm going to see how it's going to be done. So I think I need to work more on trying to see how to build a LinkedIn profile. Now that one can outsource it, how easy is it for you to get someone that can be in your line of field that would be able to build that profile the way it should be? Like being in, okay, I'm in the medical line, and it might be challenging. I don't know if just anybody that builds LinkedIn profiles or social media profiles, just anybody can do it, or does it have to be specific to someone in my line of profession? Then um okay. I
Okay.
think because of the other the questions you've asked, you can understand what I'm going to. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks for that question. So your question is, do you have to outsource it to someone in your field? No, you don't have to outsource it to someone in your field. This is content development. That is why okay, maybe you missed the first part of my presentation when we were talking about the SWOTs. So now, what is your goal? Your goal is to develop your LinkedIn profile. That is a goal. Now you need to do your SWOT analysis. You see the weakness you already picked up. Oh, same as Mr. Tosin. I don't want to be visible. Yes, that is a weakness. Because if you are visible, then it is a strength. If you are someone, and that's why we look at my strength is I am open, I am jovial, I can jump at anything and talk about it. I can engage with people physically, online. I try to do my research and all that. But for someone who doesn't have that quality or characteristics, then they need to identify that as their, weak points. So in that, the weaknesses, you then need to plan, how do I manage these weaknesses? So if I am outsourcing it, it doesn't have to be to someone in my field, because if someone is going to build it, look at it as real estate. I also see myself or whatever brand or whatever I'm doing as a building, my own personal house. Will you just you can call any architect to say, yes, I want, but you will tell them what you want. You cannot be abstract, or you cannot exempt yourself from the development of that page. You are the one that will tell them that, okay, I'm going to this event tomorrow. This is what I want you to put on. The person wouldn't just literally just go there and post something. No, except if you then have a plan with that person to say, every week, I want you to go online, do your research, identify some of the content that are, that is kind of like popular on these areas, and send me the content. You have to moderate it. They cannot be doing it on your behalf without you ensuring that you moderate it and approve it. There needs to be governance there if you will outsource it. I don't know if you get that point. And also the analytics. We tell you, are we doing well? Are we not doing well? You can use that to measure the person's performance. And they would also be aware. Let them know that this is your performance, this is your target every week. You need to at least connect with 10 people every week, in this field or this area. And every week it is easy to see through the analytics. Oh, our followership is increasing. Great job. Then you know if things are working. But that you want to build this thing and you don't want to be involved, no, you cannot. You have to be involved because it is your own brand. I don't know if that answers your question, but you can
Yes, it does.
outsource it to someone that is not in your field, because this content development, marketing is a field that can be aligned to any other field. It's like IT. You can just take IT that I'm using here, bring it here, but don't just use it. You have to then realign it in that new space or in that context. So that's my answer to your question.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I really appreciate your response. It makes sense.
So
Thank you so much, sir. Just two more questions to go. I'll be calling one more Sabu to ask a question. You have the floor.
Madam,
Mr. Ramos,
Hello,
I can't hear you.
Miss Ramos.
You said
Can hear you. Okay, I don't know if she's here, or I should just like go ahead to read the one
yes,
on
please.
the question on the chat box. So the question here is, how are you able to
Please,
start
give me
up?
2 minutes. Let me call you back, please. Please, no vex. Hello? Can anyone
Yes.
hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can. You
Okay.
can go
So
on.
thank you very much for this opportunity. Although I joined late, but then with the little I had, it was really very insightful. Thanks to the facilitator. Now my question my question is somehow little different. The question is, as as a business owner that has a brand that has already been known for some time, for some years, but then the environment where you do the business is not really encouraging. For example, let me just give um, a very clear example. Maybe you are not in a rural area, you are doing your business, maybe not really rural area, do you understand? But then you have all this vision, you have all it takes to do the business, but then it's not adding up with all the what is it called? The efforts you have been putting into the business is not really adding up. So what will you advise such person to do? And the important thing is that even with social media platform and all that, it's not really going the way the person wanted the business to go. So what will you advise the person to do to make the business more feasible? One, two, gaining more ground on the business, having more experiences, and how to, make the business, one of the best, even if she still stays in that environment where she does the business. That's my question. I don't, maybe
Yeah,
you
I get
understand
your
what
question. I get
thank
your
you.
question. Okay, you're welcome. Thanks for that question, but I will tell you that your question is yeah, we're discussing personal branding, and it's easy, straightforward to engage personal branding and fix things and all that. But when it comes to business, business is a bigger entity on its own, right? And it requires more than just sitting down and saying, oh, you want to do this. See, it's the amount you might put effort, but you need to think about it. How much effort am I putting into this? Do not forget, and I do okay, I part of my business also does is like help people to build websites and get them on, Google ranking and all those things. But I will tell you that I have had clients, once I feel that you are not ready to put your money in this, you're not ready to invest in it, I promise you there's a way. I would find a way out of that engagement. Because when it comes to online presence, there are specific things you need to do. When you strategize, you need to put your money in specific things. I remember then I was helping a friend to build a brand, and I was like, you need to pay for Google ads, because those that you are competing with, they are always on Google ads. Once you search, you see sponsored at the top. What does that mean? That person paid for it. Google will favor those that are paying than those that are not paying. So if you are not, go to businesses and go and ask them, what is their marketing budgets per year? You will be shocked to know how much they spend, and you think you want to compete with those kind of people. Oh my, it's going to be difficult, right? But one way or the other, LinkedIn, if it's a business, you need to put your money there. I promise you. Invest in ads. You have to invest in ads, because you are competing with serious people that are putting their money into sponsorship, right? You need to then invest in content creators, those that can bring in the right people. You need to, I don't want to talk too deep into this because the business, this thing is totally a different space entirely, right? You also need to identify, okay, what are the other things that I need to do aside from social media? Because if your brand on its own, like maybe your website is not even ranking on Google, oh, then what are you doing? You have to find a way. But like I said, you might be putting a lot of physical efforts. You see, what you're also doing, you're talking about your positioning. I guess maybe when I presented the piece, that's the marketing mix, you see positioning. If you feel that place that you are is not right for you to get your customers, then you move. Those are part of the things that come with businesses. It's not a personal thing where you can say, okay, no, it's fine. I'll just be here then. Let me just hide here. Nobody should see me. Oh no, it can't work like that. You need to sit down, get professionals to analyze what is happening for you, and then work on it. I hope that works. But like I said, this is a different platform entirely to discuss the business part. But I'll try to just give you,
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
You're
Thank you.
welcome. Okay. So, Anna,
Thank you so much, sir.
I'm going to read
Okay.
that question.
Okay, no problem.
Yes. So it's from, thanks. It's from Adeboye Akinde. Adeboye says, good afternoon. Thank you so much for your time. Okay. My question is, how are you able to start up relationship building conversations physically when you find yourself in events and public spaces? Oh my, I know that could be some people's weakness, right? I was once there, I won't lie to you. So Jerry, like I said, Jerry, we were in the student union together. Before I got into LASU, I used to say I'm a very shy guy. Like I am not able to have conversations with people. But when I got in, I started, once you identify your weakness, you have to intentionally work on it. It will not happen by itself. It has to be intentional. Put yourself in those uncomfortable spaces that will make you to talk, that will make you to break that thing, right? So I know getting into LASU, I became the class rep. I'm like, oh my God, how do I speak in front of all these people, these big, big people? I was so small in LASU. I'm like, what do I do? But because I was ready to face my fear, I said, regardless, if they should not listen to me, I would just say what I have to say. But when they realize that what I have to say is very important for them in order to get where to go, to move, or to go to where they are going to, they keep quiet. That is what you as a brand, when you speak sense, your value proposition, when it makes a lot of sense, people will wait and listen, irrespective of how small you are or whatever it is. So if it's that you are shy, like I said, put yourself in those very uncomfortable spaces and try to break that thing that is not making you to speak. So when I go to events, it's not like I go around talking to everybody. No, I just identify maybe 2 people that I feel like, and at times I go and check people's profile. In some conferences they will list the people, the attendees, and maybe some of them they will list their profile, maybe a presenter. I will just identify 2 presenters that I feel like I want to engage, and I will intentionally just walk up to them, maybe during break, or maybe I find myself sitting next to them, not by mistake, intentionally, but they might think it's a mistake. I'm like, hi, just saying hi. You would see the person's countenance if they are interested in talking to you. Not everybody will talk to you. I promise you, I have been in that position before, but don't let that one, don't let it to discourage you. Just keep trying. So if you want to speak now, I'm sure, like I was asking Anna, is this your first? Anna previously might have been feeling, can I do this? But I'm sure the way when she started the first time, she said this is her third this thing she's moderating. But I'm sure the way she moderated this must be way better than when she started moderating. When I also started speaking, like even in physical events, oh my God, I will shiver. But I later started understanding that the more you do it, the more you put yourself in that position, the more you put yourself in those spaces, the better you get. And do not forget, Rome wasn't built in a day. You understand? So just put yourself there. If you have to speak to this person, speak sense to them. They will listen to you. And firstly, appreciate them like, oh, wow, that was an engaging presentation. And pick up on one or two things that they said, just so that they know that you are not flattering them. You actually listen and say, but I wasn't too sure if what you said was this or that. Can you kind of like elaborate on that a little bit? I am very interested in that point that you made. I am telling you, they will, and once we started that, I'll be like, do you mind connecting with me on LinkedIn? Yes, yeah, I'll give them my phone. Okay, please take my phone. Please type in your name on LinkedIn. Once they type it, there and there, I will make sure. I'm like, I have sent you a friend request. Please check. Because some people, you send a friend, you have seen it a lot. Send a friend request, boom, they are gone. Forever and ever, they will never accept your friend request. So you can be a little bit pushy at times. People will do it, and then yeah, that's it. I hope that answers that question.
I think it does, sir.
Okay.
So
yeah, I used you as an example. No, I was just making, and I hope I was right.
no problem, sir. Yes, sir, you were very correct, sir.
Okay.
So I have a question.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes. So as I said before, I'm a student. So like I'm currently building my personal brand on LinkedIn. So I've just like been posting about sharing my volunteering experiences. So I think now I'm starting uh, a career in data analysis. So I would want to like be sharing my learning journey on LinkedIn too, plus my voluntary experiences. So I just wanted to ask that using the SWOT analysis tool, how do I go about highlighting my strengths and my opportunities while I'm still addressing my weakness and strengths as somebody that is new in the field? Yes, thank you so much, sir.
Okay, cool. So at times you want to go into something, but you do not really know about it much. What do? You have to do research, right? You need to do research. There are AI tools. Ask ChatGPT. ChatGPT, this is what I want to do. Can you do a SWOT analysis for me? Or ChatGPT, can you tell me what are the things that I need to do in order to become a business analyst? I promise you, it's going to tell you a lot of things. But you don't just take it like that and then use it. Then now sit down and think about it. Oh, even ask it. You can ask it, tell it, can you give me a roadmap towards, I am a student now. I am almost done with can you give me a roadmap towards becoming a data analyst professional? What do I do? It's going to list it for you. So then you take all those, that's your research. Now draft your SWOT analysis to say, what are your current strengths when it comes to data analysis? You already know. For you to have data analysis, for you to be strong in data analysis, you need to have good mathematics background. Not, well, it's part of it. Maybe statistics, if you do statistics, maybe a little bit of maybe programming, if you like SQL and some other ones. You need to identify all those are the features or the requirements. Those requirements, do you meet any of those requirements? If it is no, go and put it in your weakness, right? If it is yes, put it in your strengths. Those are the strengths, those are the things that will make you to become that. But if you do not have it, put in your weakness. Then what are the opportunities? All those having a good career, good salary, and all that, you put it there. Those are opportunities. Threats, well, maybe you do not have the financial capability to write certifications. Maybe you do not have the connection with other people in that field. Put it there, right? Then you now start working on your weakness and your threats. Weakness, you do not have good strength in analysis or data analysis or maybe mathematics. What do? Go and take up a course, a short course on data analysis. Take up a short course on those things. So that is how you develop your plan towards mitigating those threats. or managing your weaknesses, of which when you then arrive, when you achieve those things, you fix those weaknesses will now what? Your SWOT analysis cannot be static, it will move. Those weaknesses now will now move to your strengths because now you've acquired them. So that is how you work on it. I don't know if that answers it because I know we're really running out of time. So
Yes, it does.
it does answer your question, right? So like I said,
Yes.
do your research about what data analysis is about, what are the requirements, and how do you build that strength, and then use that to develop your SWOT analysis.
Okay, sir. Thanks so much, sir. Somebody just dropped a question on the chat box, so let me just read it out. Is it safe to put up certificates online? Is there no fear for cloning?
I have no fear for that because organizations that really want to use your certificates when you submit this thing. See, all this cloning and all this, it was a big fear before. But right now, people always verify. They will tell you now you need to send us a link for us to be able to verify. My professional certifications, they always have a portal where you just give that person a link. So they can't clone it. But what you can do is at times when I screenshot my certificates, like there's usually a unique ID or certification ID on your certificate. I will just blank it. I'll blank it out. So at the end of it, it becomes like a normal paper or just an image. So that's part of what I would say you should do by blanking out maybe like your student number. So if you go and check my transcript that I uploaded recently, I just blanked out my student number, blanked out some other things, some other details. You will not know that I blanked it out because guess what I do? The color of that background is what I use to blank it out. So when you look at it, you think there was just nothing. It's a lie. There was something there, but because it was white background, I used white paint. I'm not like those people that, you have white background, you go and use black, scatter everything like that. And people say, oh, what is he even covering? No, you will not know I covered it. So that's how it works for me.
Okay, thanks so much, sir. Thanks so much for all the answers to the questions. I'm sure everyone got something today. So I don't know what's next, but thank you so much, everyone, for joining. So the next on our agenda is, okay, your personal brand is what sets you aside from others. It is what makes you unique and memorable. Your personal brand is a reflection of your authentic self. So in as much as we are trying to build our personal brand, please let's hold on to authenticity.
Thank you.
And I would be speaking on the upcoming events for Miss TV's Educational Foundation. So Miss TV's Educational Foundation, in conjunction with Yukawan Food Services, is offering a free catfish processing training, which is 2 months access to clean, there will be employment opportunity, packaging, export standard, and is holding on the 21st of May to 22nd of May, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. daily. Registration has closed already, 9th of May 2025. So for those that registered, please, you can make out time. Please do well to attend this training. Then there's another one upcoming. We have the Mr. Beast Educational Foundation in conjunction with Barry and Fashion is holding a free fashion skate training from 1st of July to 15th of December 2025. And this fashion design training actually would help us to build the skills, the knowledge, and the confidence you need to succeed in today's competitive fashion industry. So there are requirements. You have to be a female, aged 18 to 35. You have to have at least an SSCE certificate, and you also have to live within Agege, Abule, Egba, Axis. So application closes 30th of May 2025. So please do it to register. And if you would want to register, I think the links are online. So you can do it to follow us on LinkedIn, follow us on Instagram, follow us on YouTube to follow up on these upcoming events. And for more inquiries, for more partnership, for more sponsorship, please do it to send us an email at info@mistbizfoundation.org, or you can visit our website, mistbizfoundation.org. Thank you so much, everyone, for
Thanks, Hannah.
joining. It was nice doing this with you all.
Yes, I just want to say thank you to everyone for you to have stayed this long, in as much as we exceeded the promised time. But I want to say I really enjoyed the engagement, and I am so happy that I was able to share this with you. I'm hoping to come back again next time to share something interesting about maybe from business, and then whatever it is, as long as Mr. B says, okay, come in, and I am available. I'll be happy to share with you again. Thank you, everyone. Do have a enjoy the rest of your day. I will. Okay. Thank you. Bye.